Hi, I'm Jonathan Baruch from Baruch Raining Horses, and I'm here to talk about collection today. Previously, I demonstrated what I'd expect from a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, and over here I have a wimpy little step 4-year-old stallion out of a Pepto Boom small mare that I'm going to demonstrate the next degree of difficulty as far as expectations from a collection. All the parts that I showed you are basically parts of this puzzle that will contribute to the collection that you want to obtain from your horse. Basically, by practicing those methods of body control and facial control, you're going to get to the collection that you want. I would say that with the older horses, our biggest expectations here when we do reining is to get to the point where we can do everything in one hand. So basically, all the same forward motion, lateral moves that I showed you earlier, I'm going to expect this colt to do one-handed in, again, all 3 gaits. I demonstrate everything in a walk, so it's easy to see and easy to defer what kind of cues I'm using, but I do it and make sure that they all are able to do it in all 3 gaits. So like I demonstrated earlier, we talk about isolating the angle of their neck and face. We talked about isolating their shoulder, isolating their hips, and basically moving it all together as a whole. And I'll just do the same, I'll demonstrate the same kind of concept one-handed with this colt over here. Okay, so just like I showed earlier, we want to be able to do all kind of sideways moving with forward motion at the same time. So I need to be able to move forward and isolate those shoulders and make those shoulders lead the way, whether I'm going left or right, which is the same thing that I'm doing now, one-handed. I want to be able to have the hip lead the way while we're moving sideways. And I do so by changing the location of my legs, like you see. I push in different location of his body. While one leg pushes sideways, my other leg maintains that forward motion of the drill. We're going to talk a little bit about the end result. This is something that I didn't demonstrate previously. Once I get all those controls, basically what you guys are going to get, you're going to get the ability to collect your horse. Now, every horse is a different athlete, and every athlete is agile and flexible differently. So while some horses are going to wanna travel while they're collected all the time, other horses are going to be a little bit less comfortable doing it for long periods of time. It's important to understand that in the reining, the biggest thing that we want to achieve here is willfulness. Is we want to see this horse willfully guided. There's never a requirement of what kind of headset or head carriage does those horses have. So as I use a collection as a tool to train all these horses, in the end of the day, I'm going to want to find a natural way for them to travel while they're being willfully guided. So the collection allows me to control, to micromanage this horse and place him the way I need him to be in order to be successful. But I use it as parts. So every horse, as they relax, they're going to carry their neck close to flat or underneath it, or a little bit lower than that. But I just let every horse show me exactly what his natural position is, and all I really require is for them to be at attention when I ask for it. So when I actually make contact with this horse by using my legs and hands, I do want him to be soft and allow me to shape his body in the way that I need to do so. I'll just move this horse around a little bit to demonstrate what happens when we put it into a circle as an example, just so we have some kind of an understanding of our end product here. So as I was explaining earlier, I talked about all the lateral moves that I do in order to control those horses' feet and his body positioning while I'm teaching him how to be soft. When I go forward, we basically have the same set of repetitions. Okay, like I said, the most important thing is for that horse to be willing. So as I practice collection forward motion, what I do is I drive with my legs and I pick my hand up. And I want to feel, like I explained earlier, that his front end is in my hands, which means I can control how far forward does his front feet travel while I'm driving his hind end a little bit deeper. And when you do so, this is why you get a horse's, I'm sure you all heard the expression of a horse's back being up before. The reason that we refer to that is when all the resistance melts away from their neck and face, and you keep the front end just where it is, and you're basically pushing the hind end to go a little bit deeper underneath their body, the distance between the back end and the front end gets shorter, and the natural result is for their back to get round, okay, just because the distance is shorter. And this is why when that horse is going to be soft, he's just going to drop his neck naturally in front of himself, just so he's ready for me to pick up on him and stay soft. I'll show the same thing in the lope. So basically in the lope I'll do the same thing. I'm just going to hold his front end steady and I'm going to drive his hind end. And the same thing happens here. When your horse is willing and he's soft, if you got his body broken correctly, when you turn him loose, all he's going to want to do is be in front of himself and allow you to basically pick him up again. And this is how I'll basically apply it into a circle. Okay? It's important to say I don't really expect this horse to stay in that position all the time. But I do expect him to be soft and carry a consistent frame, because that shows me the focus that he has on his job. Through collection, I can help him understand what's the shape that I need him in any one of those maneuvers that we do as a reiner. So over here you saw I shape him on a circle. I can also shape him on a turn, stop, lead change, roll back. And even in when we actually make those connections to those maneuvers, I can, through collections, through pushing him laterally and working on the placements of his feet, I can work in regards to the turnaround, I can work in regard to the stop, I can address the rundowns, which is a big part of the stop. I can place his feet exactly where I need him, I can place his face where I need him to be successful in those maneuvers. And that's why I see collection as a whole a very important thing to obtain with every horse, no matter what age they have. They all need to know how to yield to your hands and to your legs, because that's basically what willfully guided is to me.
All right. Hi, I'm Frank Costantini. I'm here this afternoon with Amanda Lester and Chloe Lawrence. Amanda, you have some questions you'd like to ask Chloe and I as far as what we do with Markel?
I sure do, Frank. So what all does Markel cover?
We cover farms and ranches, equine mortality, commercial liability, and also autos.
And Frank, what's so important about Markel?
Well, we provide service. You know, it's a 24-hour claim service anytime, day or night. If you can't get a hold of a Markel representative on our toll-free number, you know, as I tell people, you know, Chloe keeps her phone by her bedside all the time, and you know, unless I'm on a plane, my phone is on. So we've got about 24-hour service, and I think that's very important because horse people, as you know, have difficulty keeping a schedule. And what most people would consider the norm, horse people don't. It's just whatever the particular animal needs, and we'd like to offer the fact that we're available whenever they need us. You know, horses don't know if it's Christmas, Easter, or the 4th of July. You know, every day's the same.
Well, Frank and Chloe, thank you guys so much for your time, and thank you for your sponsorship of Virtual Horse Help and other reining events and other shows and all that. You guys are a great part of this industry.
Well, Amanda, we appreciate what you do, and with Virtual Horse Help, and also your contribution that you make, and the publicity you bring to companies like Markel and to people like Chloe and myself.
Awesome, guys. Thank you, Chloe, for your time.
Thank you, and knowledge is power.